The Law of Mental Transformation, Part 1. The difference between the rich and the poor, the great and the small, is their belief system and their mindset. In fact, the difference between any two people is the quality of their belief systems, their paradigms, and their perspective. Truly, I must say that the first education that we really need is not necessarily information, but to know how the mind works, because when you know how the mind works, then you can seek relevant information. There's an ancient saying that says, as a man thinks, so he is. Truly, you are a reflection of the summation of your most dominant thoughts. As a man thinks, not so he becomes, so he is already. It is amazing to note that everything you see in your life, both good and bad, is a report, an evaluation, and diagnosis of the true state of your mind and your mindset. So if we want to change the outcomes of our lives, we must change our mindset. Your mindset is your viewpoint, your perspective. It is, in short, how you interpret things. Your mindset refers to your paradigm. Your mindset is the summation of your belief system and your ideologies. Your mindset truly is the gate and the door to your life and destiny. A closed mind is a closed destiny. People resist change because most times it would demand disloyalty from the things that you are loyal to. Remember when we talked about the laws of poverty and how people are loyal to procrastination and things like that. The most difficult person to help is one who refuses to be transformed mentally. But an open-minded person is someone willing to learn and undergo growth and transformation. This is a person with unlimited possibilities. Please always remember this. Your prosperity will be in a greater measure a product of your paradigm and philosophies more than the product of the economy. Using Japan as a case study, for example, in Japan, there are small deposits of coal, oil, iron, and minerals in Japan. Japan is scarce in critical natural resources as has been heavily dependent on imported energy and raw materials. Yet, they're a first world nation. There are many nations in Africa with an abundance of natural resources, yet there are many people living in abject poverty. The standard of living is generally poor. Despite the plethora of resources, yet a nation as Japan with limited resources have their systems working. They are doing well as a nation and everything is going well. What am I saying? If you attempt to change your life without first changing your mind and your mindset will compel behaviors that will force your life to return back to the current level of your thinking and your mindset. Let me give a few other examples and a few other case studies. We spoke about this in the previous video. Imagine somebody giving you, let's say, $1,000, for example. Now, a person that wants to grow in wealth and finance will look at that money and say, how can I invest? How can I become richer? How can I multiply the money? But a person that is loyal to poverty, a person whose mindset has not been transformed, all of a sudden begin to think, oh, I need to buy a new suit. I need to buy something new. I need to go on holiday. I need to spend. I need to go to the most expensive restaurant. And you will justify it and start thinking that this is just me. I want to treat myself. I want to have a good time. I've suffered for a while. I want to just have a good day. But what you do not know is that subconsciously, in the paradigm of your mind, what is happening is that you're looking for every excuse to dissipate and completely exhaust the money so that you can go back to your current lifestyle. Because again, everything that we see physically will always be a direct reflection of the state of our mind, the state of our mindset. So another example, again, like we spoke earlier, imagine the people that have won the lotteries. It will shock you just by doing your research how many people, I'm talking about tens upon tens upon tens of people who have received millions in dollars, and then within the space of 2-3 years, they have gone back to poverty. Some have become broke. Some are now even in debt. And you'll be wondering, but you just got $5 million. You had $10 million. What happened? They had money, but they didn't have a transformed mind. So they bought expensive cars, flashy cars. They had the luxurious living. They didn't think of investment. They didn't think of saving. There was no discipline. And within a space of time is always a revealer. Within a space of time, they went back to where they were before the money came. So again, our prosperity is directly in correlation to our mindset and our paradigm. Money is attracted to who you are becoming more than what you do. Most things in life are not pursued. Success is not what you pursue. It is what you attract by who you are becoming. Your physical environment will gradually and eventually reflect the true state of your mindset. This is why your mental transformation is the greatest miracle that can happen to you. Don't try to build anything physically that your mind has not yet built. Otherwise, you will eventually lose it. People may have stumbled onto riches, but no one can maintain lasting wealth without a superior mindset. There are two ways your mindset is transformed. Number one, your mindset is transformed by access to superior information. Within those informations are paradigm shifts and philosophies of the great. This is why the rich keep reading books on and on. This is why we listen to people who are successful. Now, there are three basic steps to undergo this mental transformation. Step number one, the first key that governs your transformation is what we call self-awareness. This means you are coming to terms with the reality that your current mental state, alongside the limitation that your mindset has brought to your life, has resulted in where you are now. You see, nothing can truly change except you realize there's a need for change. Number two, go for knowledge, specific, superior, mindset-based knowledge. Not every information is useful. Filter through. Read books on personal and mental development. Read books on wealth. We will soon even begin a book review series on wealth and personal development. Please do put in the comment sections the books you feel we should review together so we can build and grow together. Thirdly, take action. Action requires courage, resilience, and persistence. The power of knowledge is released at the point of action. Knowledge remains powerless until you act upon it. Second way is by repetition of those ideas until conviction is established. Keep reading, keep speaking, keep listening to superior information until your conviction is established. Why? Because your mind is divided into two subsections, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious part of your mind is the learning part of your mind, the part that deals with touch, taste, reading. The conscious part of your mind receives information and stores it. The information stored in the conscious part of your mind seeps down to your subconscious. And then your subconscious mind, it doesn't even know the difference between imagination and reality. The system that transports information from the conscious to the subconscious is called repetition. Please and listen well. Anything you repeat again and again becomes conviction, whether it is true or is not. Whatever manifests in the subconscious must eventually find physical expression in the outside world. So most people, what we truly need is what we call a mental reorientation. There are many wrong paradigms, thoughts, and philosophies that we have inherited that has resulted in many living limited lives. Many of these things are not necessarily our fault. We were born into them. But there's good news. We have the liberty to choose superior ways and say goodbye to limiting thoughts and belief systems. In the next video, we'll be exploring what are the causes of these limiting thoughts and mindsets and find ways to counter them by adopting superior belief systems. I hope you're enjoying the journey so far. Don't forget to like and share so that others can learn and grow. And if you haven't subscribed already, it will be a good idea so you can get the notification as soon as the next video is out. If you found this videos impactful and you want to reach out to me personally, you can reach out to me on my Instagram account at Suki_Okupe. You can send me a direct message. I would love to hear from you and I would love to speak to you as well. I'm also on Facebook at Suki Okupe, but let me admit I'm not always on Facebook. I'm more active on Instagram, and also on TikTok at Suki Okupe. Again, I would love to hear from you so that we can have more conversations, one-on-one conversations and discussions on this and see how we can improve each other and get better.